Hey guys, Ryan here. I'm going to be doing a gear video today for my gear for my through hike attempt of the Appalachian Trail. I've never done a through hike attempt before. I've been backpacking exactly once, so we're going to see how it goes, but this is the gear that I have planned out so far to take on my trip. We're going to unpack my pack and see what we got when we start out in Georgia. Alrighty. Alright guys, so here's my pack packed up, ready to go. We do have a base weight of 24 pounds. So I know not the lightest, but definitely not the heaviest. We were, I think, at 33 pounds base weight the first time we packed it up. So we did some adjusting here, and 24 pounds, pretty happy with that. But as you can see from the outside of the pack, we'll be wearing Crocs as our camp shoes. We are using the Nemo sleeping pad, and we do have our mask for when we go into town. So thank you, Vicky, for my ChogHikes mask. But we're gonna get unpacking here and see what we got. All right, so rain gear. We are using the Frog Togs, just the rain jacket. We're not doing rain pants. We're just going to go with the rain jacket. Thought about doing the rain pants, but I think we're just going to go with the rain jacket. If you're going to get wet, you're going to get wet, I guess. So, rain gear. In addition to the rain jacket, we have our pack cover. Hopefully to help out keep some stuff dry, so we'll see what happens with that, but that should work pretty well for us. I'm going to stuff that back in here for now, actually. All right, our sleep system. We will be using the Nemo Hornet one-person tent. I've used it quite a few times in the backyard so far, on some cold Pennsylvania nights down to 15, 18 degrees. With that in my sleeping bag and my sleeping pad, haven't had really any issues with being cold. Set it up in the snow a couple times, so we should be pretty happy with that. Have tested it out in the rain a couple times, no issues with rain, so we'll see what happens. All right, and as we get into the backpack here, hard to do with one hand. All right, so as we get into the pack, we got our food bag. So our food bag, we're going to use this Gecko brand. It's definitely not meant for a food bag, I don't believe. I bought this many summers ago for kayaking, but it is a waterproof 10-liter bag, so we're going to be using that there. And then, so in addition to the food bag, we have our paracord with our carabiner. We're going to do a food hang and our rock bag to help get our stuff up in the tree. All right, so we're going to be using the Jetboil system, the Jetboil Flash. I got this pretty early on in my research for my through hike, so if I had to do all over again, I don't know, I might do the MSR Pocket Rocket, but not sure. Jetboil I'm very happy with, so we'll see how it does out on the trail, but used it for a couple shakedown hikes, also when just going out in the woods, just practicing with the Jetboil, so pretty happy with it. So we're going to boil the water in there, and then we're going to mix everything in the collapsible bowl here, have a couple dehydrated meals ready to go, so that should work out pretty well. So we have our toiletries in our food bag also, again just trying to keep all of the smelly stuff contained or hung on the tree. Extra glasses, extra contacts, contact solution, chapstick. I wear glasses and I'm pretty blind, so if I lose my contacts, I am in trouble. So definitely wanted to bring an extra pair or two of those, as well as the emergency glasses. I think they're thick enough I could also start a fire if it came to an emergency situation. So definitely got that going for me. All right, as we dive deeper into the pack, we've got a stuff sack in here. I'm not going to pull it out, but we have our Omni Heat Puffy jacket from Columbia. Also have a First Light wool sweatshirt in there as well. Pretty lightweight, but does a really good job of keeping you warm on those cold days, cold nights, especially when you're taking a break or when you get to camp for the day. So I'm going to try not to hike in that as much as possible unless it's really cold. That'll be what I put on when I get to camp or when on those really cold nights. But as far as cold weather gear, when I get to camp, that's going to be what we got going on. Alrighty, what else we got? I feel like Mary Poppins here. All right, we have our clothes bag. We are using a Sea to Summit, try to keep everything as dry as possible. Again, not going to unpack it here. We got extra underwear. We got a spare pair of darn tough socks. We have a pair of long johns to sleep in. In here, there's also an extra pair of long johns. Those are going to be probably what I hike in on the really cold days. I'm looking at the weather for next week. It's supposed to be in the 60s, you know, lows in the 40s. So I probably won't wear them to hike at least the first couple days. But I do have them for when it does get really cold. That might be one of the first things that goes back, so we'll see. But again, in the Sea to Summit dry bag, hopefully to keep everything as dry as possible. All right, next coming out is our med kit. Definitely not going to be doing any life-saving surgery out there with this med kit, but it is bare essentials. We got blister tape, we got ibuprofen, we've got some ace bandages, we've got band-aids. So again, definitely not going to be doing any life-saving surgery out there, but if something does go wrong, we do have a little bit to get us by. And then also just a micro towel for miscellaneous purposes as well. All right, so that's it for the main compartment. So diving into some of the side pockets here. Again, it's tough to do with one hand. All right, finally got that open. So in our side pockets here, we have our water system. We are using the Sawyer Mini right now. I think I'm going to pick up just the regular Sawyer Squeeze before I go. Sawyer Mini works well. It's just slow. So I'm not sure how big of a deal it is, but that's one thing that I may change before I go. Then we also have the 2-liter water bag, water reservoir, and we're going to be using the 1-liter smart water bottle system as well. So that should work for our water filtration and for preparation for cooking. All right, in the same pocket here we have our toilet paper, dude wipes, and our shit shovel. Sorry, Mom. All right, that's it for that one. On the other side here, all right, on the other side, again, hard to unzip with one hand. Cold weather hat. Also have our heavy duty balaclava, so that should keep us nice and warm. Done very well for hunting trips in some very, very cold temperature. What else we got in here? Waterproof gloves. Again, not sure how waterproof anything is on the AT, but it will be nice for those light drizzle type days. Also have a pair of silk gloves in there as well to wear underneath for a liner. But you know, the couple hikes that I have been on, even when it's dry or it's just cold, it does seem to get wet just from the inside with the perspiration. So again, I don't think anything's really truly waterproof out there on the trail, but so waterproof gloves. So all right, another Sea to Summit bag. Here is our electronics. We have a power bank, we have charging cords, the USB-C cables for the Android phone as well as the GoPro, a splitter for the charging cables. Also have some earbuds in there as well to listen to audiobooks and podcasts along the way. But really trying to limit the amount of electronics. So that's going to be it electronic wise. Also in there is a waterproof phone case. Also in the electronics bag is our waterproof, I guess, phone case. It's also going to double as my wallet. So put driver's license, insurance information, a little bit of cash in there as well. And then, you know, on those rainy days, I'll make sure to keep my phone in there. All right, last but not least, in the side pocket, we have our AWOL guide. So in addition to the AWOL guide, we are also going to be using the GutHooks app. So with the AWOL guide, I did get 2 copies this year because the first one did come in black and white. So that one's going to stay at home with the family. That way they can kind of keep track and see what I have upcoming. I'm sure that they will be encouraging me. Oh, it's just 5 more miles. It's just 10 more miles. Go ahead. You can knock it out. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be using the AT guide, the AWOL edition, as well as GutHooks to guide us through the journey. All right, so that's it for the side pockets. As I mentioned, we will be using the Nemo Sleep Pad. I've used the air pads a couple times, but I didn't really notice that big of a difference. I like the pad. You can use it for multiple purposes as you're taking breaks. Very quick and easy to just undo and sit on for a break. All right, and then last but not least, for the contents of the bag is our sleeping pad. Have it in a Sea to Summit. Somewhere it says it on there. So I have it in a Sea to Summit dry sack. It is a Climate 20-degree sleeping bag. Again, like I said, I've had it out there in 15-20 degrees. Haven't had any issues being cold. Also have an inflatable pillow in there as well, but I haven't had any issues at all with cold with this sleeping bag. Done really, really well for me. So I don't even anticipate any issues being cold out there, as long as everything stays dry. I think that's going to be the real wild card there. All right, so something I forgot to mention is the ground cloth. We are going to use a ground cloth for the Nemo Hornet, just because I hope it lasts me more than this one trip. But this is a little bit bigger than the actual footprint of the tent, so that'll be nice to have some overlap, especially in those really wet, muddy conditions that I'm sure we'll come across. But we'll be able to have some overlap, so that way we can try to keep our stuff in the vestibule sitting in that mud. All right, as I mentioned, we got our yellow Croc shoes. Should be easy to find at camp. If you see me with the yellow Croc shoes, come say hello. All right, so what am I going to carry all of this in? I feel like I need a wagon, but I'm going to be using the Osprey 65-liter backpack. Again, one of the very early purchases on when I was getting ready for the hike. Tried to buy stuff as I went. If I had to do it all over again, I might get something lighter. I know that this is on the heavier side, probably 3 to 4 pounds for the Osprey, but overall I'm happy with it. It does have the lifetime warranty, so that's a huge plus as well. And then you may see I also took the brain of the pack off. I did that in an effort just to try to eliminate the temptation of overpacking. I feel like I can get everything that I need into my pack very comfortably without it. So I just went ahead and took that off. Also lightened the weight of the pack a little bit as well. All right, as far as footwear goes, in addition to the yellow Crocs, I'll be wearing the Keen boots. I know there's a lot of debate on the boots versus trail runners out there, but I like the extra support. I've worn Keens for a long time, never for a long distance hike like this, but I do like them, especially that extra support. I don't know, I may change something out. I may try something down the road, depending on how these do, but I've done a lot of miles leading up to this in the Keens, so I feel pretty good with those. All right, and then for trekking poles, we will be using the Lecky Strato trekking poles as well. Only had them for about 6 months or so, but obviously no issues. Hear that they're very, very good from a durability standpoint, especially a bigger guy like me. I'm definitely not the lightest hiker out there, so those will be good to have something durable and strong to keep me upright as I'm going. We'll count the face plants as we go. All right, and then also forgot to mention that for my headlamp, I'll be using the Black Diamond headlamp. I use it for hunting, fishing, metal detecting, all sorts of nighttime activities. And then we also have our safety whistle as well. I know the pack comes with one, but it's always nice I like to keep it around my neck just in case I'm not with my pack and there would be an emergency, but also another good bear deterrent. All right, guys, so that's my gear for my 2021 through hike attempt of the Appalachian Trail. We will be starting next week. We will be doing the approach trail, 8.8 miles up to Springer Mountain. We'll keep everybody updated if there's any major gear changes, but hope to see you out there. All right, so there you have it, our gear loadout for our 2021 through hike attempt of the Appalachian Trail. For any other through hikers out there, if you see me out there, I'll be the guy on the side of the trail with my feet up and a cold one in my hand, and if you're nice, I might have one for you too.